For decades, John Travolta has been one of Hollywood's most recognizable faces, admired for his charm, talent, and resilience. Yet behind the bright lights and iconic roles, his life has included moments of deep reflection and difficult choices. In recent years, renewed public discussion around Scientology, especially following high-profile documentaries and interviews, has brought Travolta back into the spotlight for reasons beyond his films. While he has long been associated with the organization, Travolta's recent comments suggest a more nuanced and personal perspective than many expected. Rather than dramatic accusations, he has chosen measured honesty, acknowledging both the comfort he once found and the internal conflicts that later emerged. His words reveal a man balancing gratitude with self-examination, fame with privacy. This shift has sparked global conversation, not because of scandal, but because it offers something rare in Hollywood: a thoughtful human reflection from someone who has lived most of his life under constant scrutiny. Discovering Scientology in his youth. John Travolta was introduced to Scientology in 1975, a time when his career was rising rapidly and the pressures of fame were intensifying. As a young actor searching for structure and emotional grounding, he encountered the ideas through the book Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard. At just 21 years old, Travolta felt drawn to its promise of clarity and self-understanding. In past interviews, he described the experience as discovering a framework that helped him cope with the uncertainties of Hollywood life. The entertainment industry can be isolating, especially for someone so young and suddenly famous, and Scientology appeared to offer stability and purpose. For years, he spoke openly about the comfort he found in its teachings. During this period, Travolta became one of the organization's most visible celebrity members, often crediting it for helping him stay focused and grounded during the height of his early success. Growing questions and inner conflict. As time passed, Travolta's relationship with Scientology became more complex. By the early 2000s, public discussion surrounding the organization had grown more intense, with former members sharing critical experiences. While Travolta largely avoided public confrontation, sources close to him later suggested he was quietly processing conflicting emotions. Friends outside the organization reportedly encouraged him to examine his beliefs independently, while his loyalty to long-standing relationships created emotional tension. Rather than reacting impulsively, Travolta chose silence, a decision shaped by caution and reflection rather than fear. In later interviews, he acknowledged that periods of doubt are natural for anyone deeply involved in a belief system. His approach was not one of rejection, but reassessment. This internal struggle highlighted a broader truth. Even those who appear confident and secure can face deeply personal crossroads, especially when belief, identity, and public life become intertwined. Choosing careful honesty. In a rare moment of openness, Travolta later admitted that he had questioned aspects of Scientology years earlier, but felt unprepared to address them publicly at the time. His honesty was not fueled by anger or retaliation, but by emotional maturity. He explained that privacy mattered deeply to him, particularly when navigating sensitive personal experiences. Rather than detailing specific concerns, Travolta emphasized the importance of self-awareness and choice. He expressed respect for individual belief systems, while also acknowledging that personal growth sometimes requires reevaluation. This balanced stance resonated with many fans who appreciated his calm, thoughtful delivery. Instead of sensational revelations, he offered insight into the emotional complexity of long-term commitments. His words reflected a man determined to speak truthfully without harming others, demonstrating that vulnerability does not require hostility, and that silence, when broken carefully, can be a powerful form of strength. Enduring personal tragedy. Beyond spiritual reflection, Travolta's life has been deeply shaped by personal loss. In 2009, he suffered the devastating loss of his teenage son, Jet, during a family vacation. The tragedy profoundly altered his world, leaving a grief that never fully fades. Years later, he described his son as a constant presence in his heart, honoring his memory quietly and with dignity. Then, in 2020, Travolta faced another life-altering loss when his wife, Kelly Preston, passed away after a private battle with illness. Their marriage, spanning nearly 3 decades, had been a cornerstone of his life. In the aftermath, Travolta stepped into the role of a single parent, prioritizing emotional stability and love for his children. These experiences reshaped his understanding of pain, resilience, and gratitude, reinforcing his belief in living honestly and compassionately. Public scrutiny and media pressure. Living in the public eye means facing constant judgment, and Travolta has experienced this reality firsthand. Over the years, rumors and controversies periodically surfaced, often amplified by media speculation rather than verified facts. Travolta consistently responded with restraint, choosing dignity over defensiveness. In interviews, he emphasized that fame does not grant immunity from misunderstanding, nor does it erase the right to privacy. While some moments challenged his public image, they also revealed his refusal to let external noise define his identity. He remained focused on his work, family, and personal values. Interestingly, moments of vulnerability, such as acknowledging mistakes or awkward public incidents, often strengthened his connection with audiences. Rather than distancing himself, he embraced humility, reminding fans that even global icons are human. His ability to endure scrutiny without bitterness remains one of his most underrated strengths. A childhood rooted in performance. John Travolta's passion for performing began long before fame arrived. Born in New Jersey in 1954, he grew up in a lively household where creativity was encouraged. His mother, a former actress and drama teacher, played a pivotal role in nurturing his artistic instincts. Family performances at home sparked his love for storytelling and expression. At just 16, Travolta made the bold decision to leave school and pursue acting full-time in New York City. The early years were filled with auditions, small roles, and financial uncertainty, but his determination never wavered. He spent countless hours refining his craft, particularly dance, which would later become a defining feature of his career. Those formative struggles taught him discipline and humility, lessons that stayed with him long after fame arrived. His early journey laid the foundation for a career built on perseverance and passion. Rising to stardom and reinvention, Travolta's breakthrough came with television success, but it was cinema that cemented his legacy. Saturday Night Fever transformed him into a cultural icon, capturing the spirit of an entire generation. Soon after, Grease showcased his versatility, blending charm, music, and charisma into a timeless performance. Yet success was not linear. The 1980s brought professional challenges, with projects that failed to connect with audiences. Rather than retreating, Travolta waited patiently for the right opportunity. That moment arrived in 1994 with Pulp Fiction, a role that redefined his career and reintroduced him to a new generation. The comeback was more than professional, it was personal. It reinforced his belief in persistence and reinvention. From action films to musicals, Travolta continued to surprise audiences, proving that longevity in Hollywood belongs to those willing to evolve. A devoted father above all. While fame defines much of Travolta's public image, fatherhood defines his private life. Raising his children, Ella and Benjamin, has become his greatest priority. He has spoken openly about the responsibility of guiding them through life while protecting their sense of normalcy. Travolta shares moments of joy with fans, dancing with Ella, encouraging her creative ambitions, or spending quiet time with Benjamin. Yet he remains careful not to overshare, valuing their privacy above public approval. He believes presence matters more than perfection, a lesson shaped by loss and love. Friends describe him as attentive, patient, and deeply affectionate. Through fatherhood, Travolta has found renewed purpose, channeling his experiences into empathy and guidance. His devotion reflects a man who measures success not by applause, but by the strength of the family he nurtures. Finding freedom in the sky aviation has long been John Travolta's sanctuary. Long before it became a headline curiosity, flying represented peace and control in a chaotic world. Becoming a licensed pilot allowed him to step away from Hollywood's noise and reconnect with himself. He often describes the cockpit as a place of clarity, where distractions fade and focus sharpens. Over the years, he has logged thousands of flight hours and used his skills for humanitarian efforts, including disaster relief missions. Aviation is not about luxury for Travolta. It is about discipline, responsibility, and freedom. He has passed this passion on to his children, teaching them respect for both technology and nature. In the skies, Travolta is not a celebrity. He is simply a pilot following a flight plan, guided by purpose rather than applause. A life of reflection and renewal. Today, John Travolta lives with a quieter rhythm. He continues to act, though more selectively, choosing projects that feel meaningful rather than obligatory. Wellness practices like meditation and exercise help him maintain balance, while hobbies such as cooking and gardening ground him in everyday joy. He remains active in philanthropy, supporting causes close to his heart without seeking attention. On social media, fans see glimpses of gratitude, humor, and peace rather than glamour. Travolta's journey reflects evolution rather than escape, a man integrating his past with his present. His story is not about perfection, but about resilience, honesty, and renewal. Through loss, fame, belief, and reinvention, he continues to move forward with grace. John Travolta's legacy is not only written on screen, but in the quiet courage of living authentically, one day at a time.